recognizing is really good, and then came back, blew out Texas. They're back on track. Seemingly, it's a Gamecock team that has flirted with wins. They have not been able to pull it out down the stretch. Maybe they are due tonight. We shall see. Gamecocks in black, Gators in white. Over 5,000 students here in attendance at the Colonial Life Arena. Colin Murray Boyles doesn't shoot any threes, but he hits one there. How about that? That's only the second three all year for Murray Boyles. As you look at that Florida starting lineup, they like to shoot the three as well. They also crash, and it'll be big to see if they can box out the #1 rebounding team in America, the Gators. Gamecocks have been beleaguered by injuries, so it's a banged-up offense. They do have a stealthy and rather strong front court with Pringle and Murray Boyles, Wright, Davis, and Ugasuk in the backcourt. Murray Boyles going to work quickly. How about 5 quick points by Colin Murray Boyles?
That's a great start for Carolina. A real tug-of-war on tempo tonight. Florida wants this game in the 80s. I think Carolina would be very comfortable in the 60s.
Harassing defense. Clayton's got nowhere to go. Clayton flirting with a 5-second call, and he got it, or didn't travel. Either way, it's a turnover, and it's a terrific start defensively for Carolina.
A lot of times for Carolina, the key is where does CMB catch the ball. Notice in this last possession, he gets into the paint pretty easily. When he gets there, he's going over his right shoulder, and he is marvelous as a block-to-block score.
And what did Todd Golden tell us today? The key to stopping Murray Boyles, it's real estate. You can't let him get that close to the basket. And a bump foul there. That'll go against Chinyelu. Todd Golden has not taken long to make an impact on this Florida Gator program. Last year, very successful. Made it to the NCAA tournament this year, already in the top 5 and hoping to surpass last year's success. Right in the front court, and the Gators falling back into his own. Straight up top, it's a 3 ball from Davis. Chinyelu crashing in for the rebound. This is Clayton, an all-conference guard, playing the point now for Florida. Chinyelu with a paint touch, banging bodies down low with Pringle. Pringle, that time, not up to the task as Chinyelu just bodied him and took it right at him.
When a big guy can get both feet in the paint as a scoring option, watch out.
Inside, Pringle muscles his way. Talk about great real estate. Just a couple feet from the basket, and Martin quickly on the other end before you can catch your breath. Less than 5 seconds off the shot clock. It's a bucket the other way.
That's the kind of tempo battle I'm talking about.
Gators like to play fast. Carolina plays slow. Murray Boyles picks up the loose change, and the Gamecocks will reset. Murray Boyles, not another 3. Thought about it. Murray Boyles, big to big inside. Pringle right on Condon, and Carolina with 9 points in the first 3 minutes.
And right now the Gamecock offense getting whatever they want.
All Gamecock points, with the exception of the Murray Boyles 3, have come in the paint. This is what you're talking about, Mark. The tempo. Gamecocks much more content to set it up in the half court. Pringle, bellied up by Chinyelu. Kick out for an open 3. Kicks off the iron, and Clayton will gather the loose rebound. Walter Clayton, the 5th leading scorer in the SEC, finds the Aussie Condon, almost turned it over. Quick hands displayed by Davis. Shot clock hasn't played a factor yet, although it's down to 10 now. And I don't know if Martin thought it was down to 1. He just threw it up there like a prayer with 10 seconds left.
Carolina's defense early on point. They have come across the ring early and landed a couple of body blows.
Suffocating as far as a big part of their success last year. Montparis, the reigning SEC Coach of the Year. Ugasuk draws the foul, and that'll go against Richard. There is Lamont Paris, SEC Coach of the Year, one of the finalists for the Naismith Coach of the Year. the biggest surprise in the SEC a year ago. With that, of course, comes expectations. I think as much as anything, Mark, with all the players that they did lose, Talon Cooper is clearly the guy they missed the most.
You and I talked about that so many times a year ago. A point guard like Talon Cooper comes around maybe once a generation.
And without him, and with the injury to Thomas, at times they have seemed out of sync. They're synced up pretty well in the opening stanza. How about a 9-4 lead for Carolina? Gamecocks with the basketball, up by 5. Butler into the game, the former Missouri Tiger, the 7-footer, finds Murray Boyles. Murray Boyles just chiseling his way to the glass.
He's getting whatever he wants. He's owning right now the high-rent district block to block.
Already 7 points for the all-SEC big man. A lot of scouts in attendance for this game tonight. A lot of them watching Colin Murray Boyles. Projected first-round pick. Here's Richard, pulls the trigger on a 3.
I just love it when an offensive rebounder immediately looks for a three-point shooter. That's what Chenyalu did.
Wright sets up the offense. Murray Boyles. Ugasu, baseline jumper, kicks off the iron, gets his own rebound. And the Gators are the #1 rebounding team in the country, plus 11.8 on the glass. Out at the game for Florida, trying to defend right and does it well. Block the shot, there's Murray Boyles, another rebound.
Second shot, third shot opportunity.
Murray Boyles finds Conyers. Looked good from here, just a little too strong. They have great hopes for Arden Conyers, local product out of Westwood High School in Columbia.
That hard hedge on ball screens, very effective for South Carolina early on.
Clayton out of the double team finds Houck. Houck had it stripped by who else? Murray Boyles. Loose basketball picked up by Conyers. Jump ball, and that'll keep it Florida's way. The next SEC Network Saturday men's basketball quadruple header. We got some great ones for you. Ole Miss at Missouri, LSU at Alabama. You and I, Mark, will have this Gator squad playing host to a Georgia team led by Coach White. They have been a great surprise with Asa Newell and Missouri. Missouri is a team that was kind of flying under the radar. Not anymore.
Yeah, I love what Mark Mitchell brings to the team. He doesn't necessarily have to get 20 points or 10 rebounds in a game, but he's one of those guys like Colin Murray Boyles who impacts winning in a lot of different ways.
You and I love great shooters. How about Caleb Grill?
Oh,
picture perfect form by Grill. Martin, second opportunity, Aberdeen, he missed it. And there for the rebound is Jacoby Wright. 6'2" guard out of Fort Mill, South Carolina. Wright measuring a 3. Short, long rebound, scooped up by Martin. Ahead, Aberdeen flying in transition and gets the easy basket for the Gators. Now, with the exception of Murray Boyles and Pringle, the 2 bigs, the rest of Carolina is 0 for 6, and that's been the issue this year, guard play.
Yeah, and remember that it's going to be a big challenge for Lamont Paris. Short-handed, he's got to roll through the lineup and make sure everybody gets a breather. Conyers gonna try another 3, and that one right between the eyes of Houck. He says, I felt that first one felt good even though it was too strong. How about another? He's a very confident three-point shooting. Inside Houck, and he will draw a foul. I believe they got Pringle. Mike, watch this in transition. It seems like a simple thing, but keep your eye on 15 White Martin. Watch this quick pass ahead. That's what leads to the run out. That's good ignition, good recognition. And then here's Conyers just measuring up out. That's just shooting your 3-ball with a lot of confidence. That's his 6th made in limited action this season. He had to prove he could play some defense. If you don't play defense, you do not play for Lamont Paris. But they certainly can use his offense as Houck, who has improved dramatically from the line, misses that first one. But look at last year to this year. That's about 100% return. That's a good investment. But that miss makes our research look bad.
Well, I blame that on you, of course, Mark. I think that's abundantly clear to the viewing public. Hauk, he's out of New Oxford, Pennsylvania. Asked him what he could tell me about New Oxford. He said, well, it's in the middle of nowhere, 20 minutes from the Amish, and there's only been a couple of basketball players to ever come out of there. And an empty trip at the line for Thomas Hauk.
Yeah, you missed 2 free throws. That's like a turnover.
Gamecocks up by 5. Murray Boyle's getting a breather right now. Let's see how the offense does without him.
Ugasuk moves to the point in this lineup.
Conyers has it knocked away by their best on-ball defender, Elijah Martin, the transfer from FAU. What a find he has been. Everybody was talking about Janelle Davis from FAU going to Arkansas. This guy, Elijah Martin, has been the more impactful player.
Rugged, competitive, guard your yard kind of guy.
That's the Gators showing some tenacious defense, something that they had to improve in the offseason. It's been much better so far this year.
Todd Goley's group got off to a slow start last week against Missouri.
That's right. Late clock situation by Ugasuk. Aberdeen whips it over, sets up Richard on a 3. Too strong. Rebound fought for, and they'll say out of bounds to Carolina. This is what we speak of when we talk about the improvement. Remember, they had the NCAA tournament loss to Colorado. They gave up way over 100 points.
Right.
And this year, much more tenacious on the defensive end.
And that was the plan in the offseason for how can Florida be better? How can they be a national player? They knew their defense had to get much better, and they have been.
Bozeman's for dunk. Nice pass, sets up an easy two-hand slam for Zachary Davis.
Well, Florida does not do a lot of double teaming on the sideline. Nice job of moving the ball.
Martin to Hauk. Wheeling and dealing it out to Richard. Shot clock under 10 for Hauk. Martin in the paint. Throws it right to a Gamecock player, right into the hands of Ugasuk.
Too many guys in white jerseys in a small space. Poor spacing.
Davis to the baseline. Bozeman's for dunk, kicks it out. Ugasuk left alone. That's his shot. He's one of the better three-point shooters on this team.
Nice ball movement, though. Carolina really sharp and crisp offensively. There's a mismatch.
Out trying to take advantage of that size. Left it off for Richard in the trees, just threw it up there. And Shinyulu grabs the offensive rebound. Shinyulu, he's been working on that jump hook shot, doesn't get it to go there. And then a foul, that's going to go against Ugasuk. And it will be Gator basketball when we come back. We'll step aside, 10:54 to go.
Watch this great ball movement, and then Bozeman Verdonk with the great assist, and that's an easy finish inside by Davis.
Who will start this stanza on the bench. Clayton off the inbounds, 3-ball pops out. Gators crashing as they always do. Condon keeps it alive. Condon will fire up a trade. Condon will hit it from Perth, Australia. Alex Condon showing the scouts he's got a little bit more touch in his game than last year.
That's his 11th made 3, and he's shooting 44% from bonus land on the year. More than capable.
I did not see that in his game a year ago. Back to a 4-point game. Gamecocks have been dominating this game in the paint. Bozeman's for dunk, blocked by Condon. Condon, one of the best shot blockers in the league, 1.5 swats a game.
Carolina defense has played with fire a little bit. Florida's getting some good looks.
Aberdeen gets a ball screen. Nice hedge by Pringle. Martin thought about a long-range 3. Instead, it's going to be Condon again. Not a bad look, but the shot is off the mark and the Gamecocks clear it.
What I do like about Carolina's defense, they're not giving Florida anything easy early in a possession.
Gamecocks have not scored a point in nearly 3 minutes of action. And then Davis just turned it over. Sloppy pass. That's going to lead to an easy bucket the other end. Aberdeen flushes it home. Zachary Davis at times this year has been in the doghouse. That will not help.
Colin Murray-Boyles waiting at midcourt to get in. When you turn the ball over for a pick six, there is no defense for that.
High ball turnovers will kill you.
And here's another one.
And this will lead to another easy basket. 2 just sloppy turnovers, and that helps Florida to a 7-0 run.
Back-to-back possessions, turnovers to easy points. Let's go to the offensive rebounding first. Watch as Condon keeps this ball alive. Clayton gets feet in the paint. Wide open is the big fella from the corner, and then Florida, a little defense to offense. The bounce pass, the pocket pass got deflected. That leads to the easy run out by Aberdeen, and then back-to-back possessions. The quick hands of the competitive one. Elijah Martin with the one-handed throwdown.
Well,
it's hard to win a game when your turnover total is 20 or higher.
It's almost a miracle that they were still in that game with that many giveaways. Let's see if Carolina can clean it up here. A little more careful with the basketball. Murray-Boyles back in the game. Sets a ball screen for Conyers. Back to Murray-Boyles. He's on Condon's. Good matchup right here. Murray-Boyles says, I got this. Kicks it out, Conyers for 3. Got it. Great two-man game that time.
Yeah, you cannot allow him. He's so tall and lanky and long. You cannot allow him to be a catch-and-shoot guy.
Martin tries to respond. Can't do it. Loose basketball scooped up by Conyers. And then Murray-Boyles turns it over. And this is another live ball turnover. That's 3 in the last couple of minutes, leading to 6 easy Gator points.
We've left the holiday season. I know it snowed here last night.
It did, yes.
But the holiday season is gone.
Yes. Too much giving for Lamont Paris's liking, that's for sure. Gamecocks miss one at close range. Alley-oop pass. He tried to throw down the hammer in heavy traffic. He had SportsCenter top 10 nominee on his mind, but to no avail. Gamecocks just look at a sink right now. Right on a blow by. Draws the foul as the ball crawls over the backboard.
But so far in this game, when Colin Murray-Boyles is on the floor, South Carolina is a +5, make it +6. And when he's not on the floor, they're -4.
Yeah, certainly a major difference when he's not out there. Right, 2 for 2 at the charity stripe. And the Gamecock lead swells to 3. Into the game for Florida, Sam Alexis. Here's Clayton on a stop and pop from the elbow.
Analytics will tell you defensively you will live with that shot, the mid-range jumper. But is there anybody better in this league in the mid-range than Clayton?
No, not many, that's for sure. Murray-Boyles carving out space on Condon. Finds a cutter. And Davis drops it in.
Carolina's ability to score in the paint is pretty impressive here in the first half.
4 points for Davis, 7 for Murray-Boyles. The 2 guys patrolling the paint right now for Carolina. Clayton on another one.
On cue.
Yeah, I don't believe in the analytics that say 2 points are not valuable, because I'll take 2 points on every possession.
Yeah, Clayton has an advanced degree in two-point shooting.
Really
That's
does.
just too easy. That is
way too easy. Pringle with a great post-up. You know, here's a guy who was a starting player on Alabama's Final Four team. They expected to get a lot of offensive return from Pringle. He's been hot and cold this year. The Gamecocks 14 points in the paint and forcing Condon and Florida to call a timeout. That has outplayed a very talented Florida front court. A 3-point game as we approach the 6-minute mark here in Columbia, South Carolina. Over 5,000 students packing the Colonial Life Arena tonight. Aberdeen lost the handle. That's going to be a jump ball, and that's going to be Gamecock ball on the arrow. Well, Dawn Stanley's in attendance tonight. We're going to tell you about a couple other games going on Thursday. Kentucky, Texas A&M at 7. Tennessee at Texas at 9. By the way,
wow, heck, I want that. Give me that hat.
Well, Christmas will be here in another 11 months, mark-wise. But the highly anticipated Gamecock LSU women's game, because of the weather, is now Friday at 5 o'clock on ESPN. A little programming note as Murray Boyles continues to go to work. A game-high 9 points.
Yeah, Florida has no answer for 30 in black.
He's 4 for 4 from the field. Clayton, rise and fire. Too strong. Ugasuk with a nice box out on the weak side. Murray Boyles, who started off his scoring with a 3-point shot. Drive and kick, sets up an open 3. Nice rebound by Pringle.
Now there's no energy for Florida on the glass right now.
Murray Boyles down low. Instead they try to thread the needle to Pringle. Condon saves it into the hands of Davis. In the lane, yes! 2 more for Carolina, who has its largest lead. Gamecocks on a 7-0 run. To shoot for Florida. Condon throws it right into the Gamecock bench.
We talked about one of the keys. Where does Boyles catch the ball? He gets himself into the scoring zone by doing something different. It's going over his left shoulder. And then the big jump stop off the window. And right now, it is Colin Murray Boyles getting whatever he wants down in the paint.
Oh, he's got 11 points. 5 for 5 from the field. He struggled against Oklahoma. He's had a couple games where he struggled with turnovers as well, but he's on one right now. I mean, I feel like he's got to touch it every possession, doesn't he?
Yes.
Great coaching on that part, right?
Whatever you draw everybody going up.
Oh, how about an open 3 for Ugasuk? Carolina on a 9-0 run, 4 for 11 from downtown. What do we have here? Something, Murray Boyles, I believe, might have some blood below the eye. They immediately stop play, and he's going to have to get tended to. But how about the 3-point shooting by Ugasuk?
And how about the 5th assist by Colin Murray Boyles? Take a look at Colin Murray Boyles. It's the 11th time this year he's been in double figures in the first 20.
He has been terrific. Another 5 assists for Murray Boyles as well. So he's led to over half of the Gamecocks' points. In fact, he's responsible for 23 of the 32 points. You're looking at Carolina's largest lead in an SEC game all year. Again, they come in 0-5 in conference play. Conyers, an open 3. In and out. He'd love to have that one back. Best look of the night for the freshman.
That execution, though, in the half court by Carolina, simply sensational. See what I mean about one pass away? Nothing is easy. You pick up your dribble, you better know where you're going with the ball.
Now it's the Gators out of sync on offense. Tough pass. And a whistle.
Yeah, I think this is on out.
Yeah, he was trying to get position on Murray Boyles and got called for a shove.
Murray Boyles was fronting inside. Houck rotates, spins, and it's the left arm that gets him in trouble.
Kind of looks like you at the buffet table on a regular basis, Mark. Quite frankly, I think we're all a little embarrassed by that.
I've resembled that remark.
Yes. That's after a second plate. They're going to review to make sure there's no elbow here on Ugasuk.
The play is under review.
Richard, see, he has the ball over his head. I think that's a play on. If you've got the ball over your head and you pivot and rotate, that's a basketball play. That's legal.
You have a lot of those 50-50 calls. You have a lot of aggressive plays, a lot of plays that warrant a review and a possible F1, F2 situation.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it when you combine the athletes that we're talking about, the size that we're talking about, and all the ball screen action. I think that inherently makes the game more physical. Now, he's going to go over that shoulder every time if he can.
Left that one short. First miss of the night for Murray Boyles.
I just don't like the shots that Florida is getting, and credit South Carolina's defense.
Todd Bowden doesn't like the results. They haven't scored a point in nearly 4 minutes. Martin going left to right, and he will draw a foul. But that's only the 3rd team foul on Carolina.
I think they're going to call this on the floor as Martin was driving. That's a bump off your straight line drive rule.
But again, it's only the 3rd team foul. It's not on the shot, so you can live with that.
Yeah, neither team close to the bonus right now.
Boy, if we could only do that, bottle this up and have it every half. A game without a bunch of fouls and free throws, sign us up. Well, now we're making up for it. A holding call on Conyers, I believe.
Right.
Trying to hold up his man from getting free. Let's try this one again. Clayton to Martin. Now Condon. Handoff Clayton, draws a double. Baseline drive, Richard. Dipsy-do layup, pretty play. 5 points for Will Richard. One of the 1,000-point scorers. The Gators have a number of them there, and a couple other guys flirting with the 1,000-point mark.
Mike, it seems like that's Florida. Other than the turnovers, that's been Florida's easiest points in this game.
Pringle turned around and missed it. Important final 2 minutes of the first half for Florida, wouldn't you say?
I think even more important for South Carolina. Can they continue to close and play conscious free?
Now, yeah. How do you play with the lead? You go a little quiet on offense. You give up a reverse layup and an open 3 on defense. 5-point game. It's Wright inside, and a rise and fire for Jacoby Wright. Condon working on Pringle. The Aussie carving out space, setting up that jump hook shot. Missed everything. Gets his own rebound and missed the follow. Tapped around and finally reeled in by Ugasu. 7-point lead in the basketball as we approach the final minute of the half. Conyers goes to work on Richard. He's backing Richard in. Conyers lost it out of bounds with 10 on the shot clock.
On this last possession by Florida, watch and keep your eye on Alex Condon. He's 21 white. He almost sets a screen as a big as the driver goes baseline side. That's danger.
It's a lazy inbound pass, almost stolen away. Now Wright trying to feed Murray Boyles, who's tripled. Kick out to Wright, 2 to shoot. Wright's got to fire it up, and he does. Weaving his way through traffic, gets it to go.
Great offensive patience, not a panic play by Wright.
The lead is back to 9. 5-second differential, game clock to shot clock.
College coaches don't do this, but both teams have fouls to give.
Gators bleeding clock. Clayton drives, pivots, dumps it down low. Condon got it with 1 on the shot clock. Final 3 seconds. Conyers going to have to heave it. Conyers launches, and that will end the half. And an entertaining half it was. One of the best for the Gamecocks this year. Will 8 be enough if they can get to that point? We shall see. Florida had the basketball first here in the second half. Gators in white, Gamecocks in black. Should be an exciting final 20 minutes of SEC action. Right away, Elijah Martin imposing his will on a powerful drive. He's got 6 points. You see the leading scorers for the Gamecocks.
Yeah, one of the more popular plays going around and making its way around right now is when your big guy presents himself inside, just seal the help defender.
Murray Boyles on Condon. Back up top, sets up an open three. Got it! Nothing but the bottom of the net for Zachary Davis, who has 7.
Did you see Will Richard got caught in no man's land? Do I dig back down on Murray Boyles? Or do I give up enough space on top for Davis to make the 3? When you are having that kind of success inside out, which is exactly what South Carolina has done, they're going to be a tough out every night.
I talked about this team has been close. They've been in this situation before. Can Carolina finally get that elusive first SEC win?
A little game of cat and mouse. Watch Will Richard dig. Finally, Murray Boyles gives it up at the right time. That's his 6th assist.
That ties a career high for Murray Boyles with those 6 dimes. And Pringle, a little bully ball down low. The former Alabama Crimson Tide power forward. Condon's been relatively quiet in this game. Hands off Richard. Richard from 16, book it. Will Richard now with 10 points to lead the Gators.
But Mike, again, I feel that's one that Lamont Paris will live with. A tough 2 in the mid-range.
Tough 2 with a little fade on it. And that's been the problem. An unforced turnover on Pringle that time. Let's see if it leads to more easy points the other way. It'll lead to a foul as Martin draws the contact on Jacoby Wright.
That was just really good ball pressure by Chinula. And as a ball handler out front, Pringle's got to do a better job of breaking down, getting lower so you have offensive leverage.
Clayton inbound for the baseline, sets up an open 3 from Martin. Offensive rebound, and look who's come alive. Will Richard with 12 points. He's really been the one Gator who's playing above what he has most of the year.
I think he has evolved and is playing the best basketball of his career. He may not be the great shooter, but man, does he do a lot of good things.
Another open 3, bottoms for Zachary Davis.
Florida has had trouble with shooters who get hot.
Clayton, a leader, spins out of there. Ugasuk tiptoes the baseline on the rebound. A 9-point lead, and Carolina looking for more.
All right, Mike, this time doesn't Davis need a touch?
I would think so. He's got the
Let it go. Oh, you had it. Your moment was there.
He's not going to get much more space than that. Murray Boyles, high post. Now backing in. Trying to carve out some real estate here. Sets up that left-handed hook shot. Missed it. Pringle offensive rebound, and he'll go to the line.
South Carolina, good ball movement, good body movement. As a consequence, they're getting the kind of shots they want. Skip pass, corner 3 ball. Davis knocks that down, and all of a sudden, South Carolina, who in league play only makes 5 threes a game, has already made 6.
Now Nick Pringle, part of the Final Four squad for Alabama last year, did not really fit in Nate Oates' offense. This is, quite frankly, a better fit for Nick Pringle. He was excited about being able to play in the low post a little bit more in Lamont Paris's offense and use that sturdy frame that he has.
You know, if you're going to take a guy in the portal, why not give him the role that he wants?
Right. Got the role he wants. And Nick Pringle, remember, it was Nick Pringle who missed the 2 key free throws in that Auburn game down the stretch. And I will say this about it. Nick Pringle, post-game press conference, he didn't run and hide in his locker room. He took the questions, he answered them, he fell on the sword, so to speak. That impressed me as much as anything after a really rough moment. Condon, he says, about time for me to come alive. Can't get it to go. Murray Boyles grabs another carom.
Yeah, that's the difference in the game right now. South Carolina's bigs are scoring block to block. Florida's, they are not.
Colin Murray Boyles not exactly where you want him. 22 feet from the basket. This guy, that's where you want him. Missed it. Pringle, another offensive rebound. Finds Murray Boyles. Murray Boyles dribbles out.
Isolation.
Yep, one-on-one on Condon. Little bowling ball takes it in on both Florida bigs. And that's the largest lead for the Gamecocks. And 13 points now for the all-conference man, Murray Boyles. Hauk on a three. Rebound into the hands of Zachary Davis. Gamecocks will grind it out in a break zone here in Columbia. Exhibiting patience in the front court. Kick out pass. Ugasuk lets it fly. And a nice box out weak side by Clayton.
But man, Murray Boyles' vision, Mike, is so good.
Right on cue. Vision was pretty good on the block as well. The Murray Boyles show, with a number of NBA scouts in attendance tonight, has been on display.
It is big boy hoops in Columbia. I'm glad you did that. Mizzou fans, you need to know that was on our list, but our graphic can only do 5.
Yes, save your letters.
Yes.
We got it in there verbally. Gators have not scored a point in over 3 minutes of action. Richards been the hot hand, had it stripped away by Pringle. Into front court, it's Davis. He's bottled up. Davis needs some help. He finds it, sets up Conyers, open three. Left it strong. All right, Barton Conyers has had some terrific looks in this game. And a whistle on the floor with 14:53 to go. Don't forget, again, it's a quadruple header on Saturday. I mentioned the Missouri Tigers. They'll be at home against Ole Miss. Talk about two vastly improved basketball teams.
Every time we promote upcoming games on any graphic, there is always a lot of numbers involved.
Yes, the national rankings, and the SEC has got a slew of them. Second chance, no. How about a third chance?
Well, this is where, yeah, this is more like Florida.
Number 1 offensive rebounding team in America.
Hauk's got to be a willing shooter, though.
Martin on Conyers, takes it right at the freshman. He missed it. And second opportunity for Condon. He was in the middle of a Gamecock sandwich. Clayton for three, and he hits it. Helter-skelter possession, and Clayton finally ends up with a triple. So ranked teams in the Southeastern Conference, and there's plenty more that are knocking on the door. The others receiving votes category has been another stocking stuffer of SEC basketball team.
This is the first time Florida has flexed its muscles on the offensive glass. Watch Condon get triple teamed, and the quick extra pass by Hauk. The sidestep three by Clayton is on point. All set up by a second shot, third shot opportunity. Gators on the glass.
By the way, congratulations to Walter Clayton with that three-pointer. He has now set the new school record, 42 straight games. Then an easy bucket on the other end for Zachary Davis. He's given him good minutes, 7 points for Davis.
Yeah, Florida's defense, block to block, is just not very good.
Murray Boyles, top floor for the rebound. Murray Boyles takes it strong. Blocked by Condon, and there's Conyers, of all people, to put it back in. Largest lead for Carolina. Clayton quickly down the other end. No. A push foul called down low, and that will go against Davis.
I was about to say Florida needs a timeout bad. But Carolina matching Florida, getting on the glass. Nobody goes and gets the loose ball. Conyers is Johnny on the spot. It just seems to me like the guys wearing the black jerseys are outworking the guys wearing the white jersey.
Well, I mean, right now, you see that if Carolina could just keep it close on the boards, that's a win. Florida destroys teams on the glass. So if you can just make it close to a push, that helps Carolina overall if they can pull off the upset. Gators are nearly +12 on the glass this year. Davis, a fade and fire. Whoa! Zachary Davis on a heat check. Where did that come from? 10 points now for Davis, the pride of Orangeburg, South Carolina. Richards had the hot hand. Defers to Martin. 5 to shoot. Martin pivots. Kick out. Late shot 3. Abilene gets a friendly bounce off the heel of the rim.
How did that go in? That would never go in at the county fair. Oh, that's a bad pass.
An awful pass by Ogasu. Another live ball turnover, and it leads to another easy bucket.
This is a little 1-2-2 zone press. I like the changeup by Florida. I think you got to stay in it. Be aggressive. Oh, almost.
Almost another turnover. Instead, it's Conyers on a nice dime drop by Wright. Points for Arden Conyers, who averages less than 4 a game. Freshman coming alive.
Yeah, that's his 3rd double-figure game in SEC play.
Inside on Murray Boyles. Great defense by Colin Murray Boyles. Alexis had a hand right in his face on the shot. Gamecocks methodical in the front court. One of the low-tempo teams in the league. And that's going to be an over and back. Turnover on Carolina, but the Gamecock offense, Zachary Davis putting on some pressure. And how about this? Fadeaway, Jay. And then inside of the freshman to Conyers. Gamecocks trying to pull off the upset. Yeah, you don't play for Lamont, so now he is working his way back to last year's form. If they can get this version of Zachary Davis, what a huge boost to an already talented front court.
As you mentioned, the key word for him, consistency. These are just wild shots by Florida.
Yeah, not a good look at all for Clayton. Carolina sets it up in the front court. Murray Boyles on the bench, so we'll see who picks up the slack. Post down low, and Condon knocks it away. Intended for Pringle, who had a little position on him.
Here we are again, a point in time of the game where Lamont Paris is getting a breather for Colin Murray Boyles. When he was off the floor in the first half, the Gamecocks were a -4 in the plus-minus.
Right, so
how long do you keep him there?
Well, that'll depend how long you can hold court here. Trouble with the inbounds, comes into Pringle and back to Wright on the return. 10 on the shot clock for Carolina. Wright takes it into Trees. High arcing shot to get it over Condon. And then out of bounds. That's actually Gamecock basketball. Chinyelu might have been able to save it, but he thought it was off of a Carolina player. It was not.
I keep watching the battle of the bigs, block to block. And Carolina's winning that almost possession by possession.
And you don't see that a lot with this Florida front court, which is one of the better ones around. Nearing the 10-minute mark of this game. Gamecocks up by 11. Again, late clock situation for Wright. Wright throws it up there. Missed it. Condon clears it. Here comes Clayton. Full throttle. Gets it back. Clayton lays it in. That is transition points. And the Gators have plenty of them. They're one of the more up-tempo teams in this league.
I just love the give it up, get it back mentality on the break. You don't see that very often anymore.
14-0 fast break points now for Florida. Offensive rebound, Conyers again. He has had some great looks. Top Florida rebound and the follow. What a night for Zachary Davis. A game-high 16.
He was the only one who jumped for that rebound.
And a bump foul along the baseline on Pringle.
You know, we talked about the way he has now scored 12 points in the second half. This time he's just working the glass. Nobody puts a body on him. If I'm Florida right now, I'm sending this message. All 5 of you, you've got to go to the defensive glass.
First foul on Pringle. Where does Florida turn for the offense right now? Condon's been quiet. He's going to try to muscle it in. Bad idea. Right in on Murray, Boyles, and Pringle, and that was a double stub.
I said this earlier. Murray Boyles is really underrated, I think, as a defender. I also said as a passer, that's proven out to be pretty good.
He's already got a career high in assists tonight. That's a tough pass. Somehow it gets into the hands of who else? Davis, who thunders it home. $18 points for Zachary Davis.
Royalty in the house.
Largest lead for the Gamecocks. Crowd on its feet. Hauk missed it. Richard on an offensive rebound. Aberdeen finds Hauk. Missed it again, but got his own rebound and tips it in.
After scores, Florida's in this 1-2-2. Will Richard on the point.
How do you beat it?
Again, ball movement, body movement.
Well, that's not how you beat it.
No.
Dribbling right into a double team and another easy layup.
I'd like to have somebody occupy the middle so that you're always shrinking. The ball's got to stay in the middle third. Oh, good,
another steal. Richard, another pick six. Timeout, Carolina. The lead is back to 7, and the Gators suffocating defense, racking up the steals.
Well, even though Florida's on a little bit of a run, it has been the Zach Davis show in the second half. The quick hands of Will Richard. Gators trying to come back on the road.
One other crazy 8, and that is unforced turnovers, Mark, because that's what Florida has been taking advantage of for much of the night. We'll see if this trapping defense forces another. It almost did. Condon right into our table. Down low, Murray Boyles, great feed to Pringle, blocked away. And it'll be out of bounds to Carolina, and that will bring us to another break with 7:42 to go. But fast break points, 18-0. Florida, that single-handedly has kept the Gators in this game. And it's going to be a push foul, a nudge, if you will, on Richard.
Zach Davis, I think, was going to fall out of bounds. There's some places that you can nudge and push. Right next to the sidelines, not one of them.
It's typically not going to work out real well. Gators come into this game top 5 for the second straight week. First time they've been in that position since 2014 when Billy Donovan was the coach. That's going to be offensive. An easy call as Davis plows right over Richard.
Richard timed that perfectly. Watch Richard observe the firstborn sets. That's a good call. You notice that Zachary Davis just kind of plows shoulder first.
Tough to get away with that one.
Mike, this is the segment that Florida has to win to make the last segment meaningful.
Absolutely. Martin, you know, he's going to play a big role. A lot of dribbling from Martin. Not much there. Condon up top, hands off Richard. Richard wheeling, dealing. Missed it. Murray Boyles either altered it or blocked it, but then Richard on a steal, and Richard gets fouled. Davis got caught napping a little bit with the ball, and Richard came from behind and stole it away.
Well, if you're going to shoot a bad shot, at least go get it. That's off the side of the backboard. And then Richard just kind of plays a little sneaky game from behind to get the steal from Davis and get himself to the free throw line.
That is 4 straight turnovers on the Gamecocks. And you want to talk about a way to let Florida back in this, that is certainly one of the ways. And don't forget, women's basketball takes over the SEC Network every Thursday and tomorrow night. Kentucky A&M, Texas, and Tennessee as Richard splits the freebies.
That Texas-Tennessee game, you talking about styles of play. Texas likes to press. Tennessee likes to shoot a lot of threes. I'm tuning in.
I'm tuning in on Friday. I'm going to put you on the spot in a moment. Dawn Staley's Gamecock squad taking on LSU. Again, that's changed. Tip-off time Friday now, 5 o'clock due to the weather.
How now isolated on Murray Boyles. Oh, what a pass. What a pass.
Ugasuk with the triple. Another great dime, and Ugasuk buries it from downtown.
Murray Boyles' vision on full display tonight as an assist guy.
Tacking on to his career high now, 8 assists for Murray Boyles. He's locked up on Martin here. Martin tried to draw the contact and banked it in from 3. Bank open in the capital city on a Wednesday night.
Let's go back and watch the vision of Murray Boyles. Look to the right part of your screen. There's a screen by 5 block. That's Pringle that kind of pins off Condon from closing out. And then Martin, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good.
2001, a Travis Kraft three-pointer. He only played 14 seconds the whole game. Does Carolina have another one with him here tonight?
Different press by Florida.
Right on a 3. Good look. Pringle there for the rebound, and then he turns it over. The turnover starting to rack up. Out leads the break. Murray Boyles erases it off the glass.
And you just cannot have any hope possessions if you're Florida.
The Gamecocks always comfortable bleeding clock in the front court, setting up the offense. I'll remind you of a Bo Ryan Wisconsin team. That's where Bob Paris got much of his tutelage. Davis lines up another triple. No. Clayton boards it for Florida. Big possession here for the Gators.
Back-to-back possessions, though, where Colin Murray Boyles does not get a touch.
Approaching 5 minutes left in the ball game. Out, pounded by Ugasuk. Sticky defense by the Gamecocks right now. Shot clock is at 2 for Condon. Runs into a brick wall. Offensive foul. Guess who drew it? Colin Murray Boyles.
Again, credit the South Carolina defense. Did not allow anything easy. He's set. He's the secondary defender. He's there before the last foot leaves the floor. That's an easy call.
Another turnover on an inbounds pass.
Oh, you got to score there. How's he going to take the ball away to the rim?
They don't. Clayton tries a 3-ball, rims out. Condon crashes and gets another offensive board. Clayton on a blow-by. Clayton draws the foul. It's not just the number of turnovers right now for this Gamecock team. Right. It's the manner in which they're coughing it up.
Yeah, they're coughing it up in back courts. Which is asking for trouble.
Again, they really miss Jamari Thomas, who was the starting point guard for much of the year. He's been out with a knee injury. We are told he could be back as early as next Tuesday, is the word from the Carolina coaching staff.
Foul number 6 on Carolina, so Florida now in the bonus. Neither team has gone on the line a whole lot. That's just our 9th free throw in the entire game.
You and I have had a lot of games this year. I can't remember one with just 9 free throws. There's Jamari Thomas. He's got a soft cast on that knee. Miles Studi, of course, also out. But they hope to have Thomas back next week.
Miles Studi, 236 career-made threes. You think that's missed a little bit?
Certainly what's missed right now is a calming influence for the Gamecocks to handle this Gator pressure, which has been an impact.
Yeah, I like where Ugasuk kind of hung out and went and caught the ball, coming toward the ball. Help your teammate.
Murray Boyles.
Here we go.
Working on Houck. Does he get a double? Nope. Going to leave Houck on an island. Murray Boyles draws a foul. I'm a little surprised no double team there, Mark.
Well, again, because Ugasuk can make the three, Conyers can make the three, it makes it really difficult to double him inside. He just kind of wedges his way, finally goes back over his left shoulder, but still spins back over his right shoulder.
You know, I was talking to a scout today before the game who's in attendance here. One of the guys he's watching is Murray Boyles, the projected first-round draft pick. And I said, how does a guy around 6'7", that is not a perimeter player at this point, how does he make it in the first round? And one of the things he said, he does everything well. He does defense well. He does passing well. His feel for the game is what the scout told me, and that's been abundant in this game. You see right now, our own projection for Murray Boyles would be number 19 overall in the first round. Where do the Gators turn? Richard to Condon. Martin trying to break free, finds a little space, can't connect. Murray Boyles had it, tapped around. Gators get another chance. Martin blows by the freshman and takes it strong. An and one. What a take by Elijah Martin.
Second shot opportunity after the offensive glass. The toughness, the grittiness of Elijah Martin.
In that vein, the Gamecocks led this game by 14 points with 12:48 to go. Carolina, in its last 9 possessions, 4 points and 6 turnovers. They have to do a better job with the basketball.
Back to the 1-2-2. Come meet all passes.
And almost another one. Again, Condon reaches out in that passing lane.
See the way Ugasuk was already making the turn?
Right.
And you can't do that against pressure. You've got to come meet the pass.
Gators in the midst of a 15-4 run.
30 Black has to get a touch.
He's on the perimeter now, hounded by Houck. Ugasuk looking for the big man, instead goes back up top to Davis. 7 on the shot clock, bodies falling. Ugasuk firing and hitting. Buries the triple.
But Colin Murray Boyles created so much confusion down low.
Back to a 5-point game, 3 minutes to go. Condon, they challenged him to shoot it. Instead goes to Clayton, backdoor to Houck, knocked away. Knocked away and right into the hands of Davis.
South Carolina's defense wins another possession.
Large possession for the hometown Gamecocks, looking for their first conference win of the year. Ugasuk to Murray Boyles, dangerous pass, another turnover. Richard off and running. Richard missed the layup. Murray Boyles reels in the rebound.
Attack. It's okay to bring the ball back out, but you've got to maintain your aggression.
11 steals for Florida to keep them in this one. Murray Boyles, now there's the double. He dribbles out of it. 6 on the shot clock. Davis dribbles it off his foot, right into the hands of Condon. Richard,
too easy.
Clayton left alone for 3. Clayton measured that one and knocks it down to make it a 2-point game. Gamecocks have 2 timeouts here. Are you tempted to use one?
Not right now, but Florida has fouls to give. Let's keep that in mind if they have to get down and foul.
6 on the shot clock. Davis with 3. Davis going to have to launch it. Davis off the window and in. Zachary Davis kisses home a three. There was nothing about that possession, Mark-wise,
that was any good.
that was the least bit pretty, but the result is huge.
Well, I know snow impacted a lot of things in Columbia last night. Finding a restaurant was even difficult. What I didn't know was that the banks were still open late night in Columbia on a Wednesday. Wow, that's some days the ball just smiles on you. You've got three-point shooters all over the floor. So don't be surprised if maybe Condon slips out for a three ball.
Clayton scoops it up. He's hounded by Wright. Clayton sets up an open shooter for three. And it's drilled from the corner by Will Richard. Great play out of the timeout to set up a wide open three. Back to a two-point game.
This is a call out of the timeout. This is the hammer action on the opposite end of the floor. I want you to keep your eye on 5 White. Take another look, because here is Will Richard. Keep your eye on him as the ball goes away. There's the up screen by Condon. That frees up Richard just enough. That's a good executed play on the hammer action and putting Carolina in the bonus. I'd be tempted to press him backcourt. Oh, quick steal!
It's another steal by Martin. Under a minute to go. Martin takes it strong in the trees, and he draws the foul. 2 free throws upcoming. Yet another turnover on this Gamecock offense that has been shaky handling the basketball.
Watch the reach from behind by Martin there. Again, the bounce pass against pressure. I have never liked that. I think the ball's got to stay in the air. When the ball goes on the floor, it slows down. Nice anticipatory skills by Elijah Martin.
13 steals now for Florida. Martin 1 for 1 tonight at the free throw line. 76% on the year, and buries the first. Gamecocks led this game by 14 with 12:48 to go. The Gators are a free throw away from tying it up. Nothing but the bottom of the net from Martin.
Even though it's tied, I like keeping the pressure on.
Gamecocks just looks so uncomfortable handling the ball. Got to get in the front court. Almost a turnover. Murray Boyles reels it in.
Now you don't want to foul.
Davis fires up a three. Offensive rebound, Ugasuk. Carolina has a timeout left. Will not use it here. Shot clock under 10 for Wright. Around the screen, backdoor cut, shot up, and a foul called. Almost a hoop and harm situation for Zachary Davis. He'll go to the line for 2 clutch free throws.
Good spacing by South Carolina. See how spread they are? That's a nice cut by Davis. Gets fouled down low by Condon, I believe, and now put Davis to the free throw line. 74% on the year.
71 in SEC play. Too strong on the first.
Some of the close losses by Carolina. They're 1-3 this year in games decided by 5 points or less.
That Auburn loss included 2 clutch free throws missed by Pringle down the stretch. This is for the lead. Got it. Gators have 1 timeout. What's the play? Todd Golden's going to let him play.
I'm going to let Clayton be the decision maker.
Hedge out on Clayton. Richard on the drive. Richard got it with 4.8. Here they go. Right, 2-1, right at the buzzer. Missed it. And the Gators pull off the comeback.
And in